elite mindset is a common trait in most athletes, but what sets these two men apart is the fact that they have a bulletproof mindset. When their mind tells them to give up, or that they can't push anymore, they're able to switch that thought off and fight through any battle. This is the reason they're at the level they are in life. But what is it that's allowed them to have this superpower? How have they trained themselves mentally and physically to push through that pain barrier that 99% of people would stop at? How do they constantly improve and have such longevity? What is it that wakes them up every morning to chase being better than they were the day before?
But I think my main strength, it's my mind. I think it's my strongest point, it's my mind.
Ronaldo's childhood was the foundation of his resilient mindset. Growing up, Ronaldo was raised in extreme poverty with his brother and two sisters. He would share a tiny room with his older brother, Hugo. His parents were struggling to the point that they couldn't afford to buy him any toys or presents, which humbled Ronaldo from an early age. He didn't have a present father figure in his life, as his dad was suffering from an alcohol addiction, which led to him having cirrhosis from the years of abusing his body, eventually leading to his death at 52 years old in 2005. Ronaldo said it's one of his biggest frustrations, as his father was very proud of him at the time, and he knew he would become a top footballer in the future. The fact that he now has everything, but his father's not here to see it, all his success as a player, as a person and as a father as well. His father still has a big impact on his mindset and career. He said he keeps his father's ashes in a small chapel and often talks to him, and that it allows him to be a better man and father, as it's taught him to be more present with his own children. Ronaldo also doesn't drink alcohol or do drugs, as he's seen the negative impact it can have on a person mentally and physically. He believes it allows him to be a better footballer and keep his body in the best condition. Throughout his life, Ronaldo's been called names. As a child, he was called Crybaby because every time he would lose or not score a goal, he would start crying. As he's gotten older, he's been labelled as arrogant or selfish, as he's seen himself as the best.
Maybe someone's don't like me, but because maybe I'm too good, I don't know why.
But it's this mindset of constantly wanting to win and prove to himself that he's the greatest that's allowed him to get to the top of his game. He's used other players around him, not as rivals but as motivation. Each time he saw other players winning accolades ahead of him, it lit a fire in him to work even harder and not give up. The biggest compliment to Ronaldo's mindset was in the 06-07 season. The 21-year-old had returned from international duty as the most hated man in England. His crime? Winking at his bench after aiding the ref in Rooney's sending off, and scoring the penalty to knock England out of the World Cup quarter-finals. On his return to the Premier League, every touch he'd have on the ball, the fans would boo him, thinking it would affect him.
Where United beat Fulham by 5-1. There's the kind of reception we expected for Ronaldo.
But Ronaldo silenced out the crowd and thrived, contributing 37 goals in 53 games, and winning the PFA Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, Writers Player of the Year, and Fans Player of the Year. It was this season that shown the world he'd gone from a prospect to a worldwide star.
Self-discipline is all about being able to have control over yourself and what you do, say, or think.
One of the key components to Ronaldo's longevity is his discipline. Usually players hit a decline once they pass the age of 30, but Ronaldo's shown no sign of slowing down. Before turning 30, Ronaldo had scored 463 goals. After he turned 30, he scored over 400 goals and counting. His discipline was strong from a very young age. He knew to be the best he had to outwork all his peers. Ronaldo was very innovative when it came to training. He would strap weights to his ankles when practicing step-overs and dribbling to make it easier and quicker in game. When training was over, he would go to a pitch by himself and practice different skills and movements, as he said he would rather make mistakes by himself, perfect it, than try it in training and in game. Alongside Ronaldo's training with his squad, he also has his own personal workout plan that he does in his home gym, which he uses 5 times a week. These sessions include Pilates, 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, high-intensity sprinting, and weight sessions to increase muscular strength. In total, he works out 3 to 4 hours a day. He sees missing out on a workout is missing out on an opportunity to elevate himself. Stories shared by his Manchester United teammates show how much discipline and desire he had to become the best. Carlos Tevez admitted he could never beat Ronaldo to training. If the team had a training session at 9, the team would get there for 8. But Ronaldo was already there training. Half asleep, but he was still there. Patrice Evra once went round for a meal after training. Once they'd finished their meal, Ronaldo stood up and got a football, and started doing some skills and said, "Let's do some two-touch." After two-touch, he wanted to go for a swim, and then he had a jacuzzi and a sauna. The work ethic he possessed shows why he's considered one of the goats of football.
If you say to maintain my fitness, my body, it's sleep good, training well, do good recovery.
Sleep and recovery play a massive role in Ronaldo's routine, as he recognises the importance of letting his body and mind recuperate for the highest level of performance on the pitch. By taking dedicated rest days to give his body time to repair and rebuild after intense training sessions, this allows him to keep his energy levels high, but also prevents injuries. In the last 10 years, he's only missed out on 41 games, a testament to the conditioning and recovery time that he puts in. Ronaldo was a visionary when it came to self-care. He was doing things no other player was doing at the time. Rio Ferdinand, Ronaldo's teammate at the time, went round to his house once and saw 6 or 7 people sitting in his front room. Rio asked, "Who are all these people?" And Ronaldo said, "That's my personal masseuse, my nutritionist, my doctor, my physio and my chef." Ronaldo understood to get to the highest level he needed to do things different to everyone else. Instead of the traditional breakfast, lunch and dinner, Ronaldo has 6 meals a day, which allows him to have enough energy to perform each session at a top level. He eats a lot of high protein foods with lots of whole grain carbs, fruit and vegetables, and he tries to avoid sugary foods, but will have a cheat meal every now and then. Ronaldo has 7 or 8 hours sleep a night, which most people should aim for, but the way Ronaldo does it is strange. He has 5 90-minute naps rather than a full 8 hours continuously. The science shows that it boosts productivity, alertness, and the ability to learn and retain new information. Ronaldo's bulletproof mindset has put him into the conversation of the greatest of all time. After all the hardship he's been through in life, he shows how important showing up every day is. Talent can only get you so far, but having consistency, discipline, and a never give up mindset always pays off.
Are you the best footballer in the world right now?
I think so, yes. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, I'm always the best. I'm always going to say that because I think we have to thinking we are the best in our area. So in my area, I think I'm the best.